Anybody can start, scale, and profit a telehealth brand on their own. They could make $100,000 a month.
So you're telling me that they don't need any special training or education?
You're a marketing company that is driving traffic to a website. You only need about 50 patients. Semaglutide was like the number 2 prescribed drug last year. I mean, we're talking billions and billions of dollars.
Is that just like an Ozempic? All people want is to lose weight. You know what my question is? Then why don't you diet and exercise?
That doesn't work for everyone.
I can't stop eating.
Oh my God, Jessica, we're going to get canceled.
And this is a very sensitive topic that we're
Well, let's get into it. What it is, Brad Lee, back again with another episode of Dropping Bombs. Today in the studio, folks, I got a real treat for you, especially if you like to make money. Jessica White is in the house. Hi. What's going on, Jessica?
I'm enjoying Vegas, enjoying being here, ready to launch the wellness revolution. Be part of it.
Do you come up here often?
I don't. I call it Dirty Vegas.
Why?
Because it's dirty.
What do you,
down on the strip.
You're down from the shithole known as LA, aren't you?
I live by the beach in the burbs.
Well, I live in the suburbs here.
There you go.
It's only dirty in some places.
You're right. Hollywood's dirty.
Dirty Vegas. I've never heard it called that.
Well,
I've heard dirty LA.
Probably both. Yes. I stay away from Hollywood. So
what's going on? I don't want to get political, but man, I'll tell you, California is a wonderful state.
It is.
Wonderful weather, wonderful people with a few issues.
Yes.
Currently.
Agreed.
I think they'll fix it eventually.
I hope so.
They have to. But you're not here to talk politics, Jessica. I brought you here because I want to talk to you about what the heck are you doing to make money? Because a lot of my listeners listen so they can figure out how to get ahead, make a little money, blow up their business, grow their business. So you started out a long time ago in the hollers of Alabama.
Ohio,
yeah.
Appalachia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Folks, she used to be what she called poverty, which what we found out was basically almost literal poverty, had not a lot of money, running on food stamps, identical twin sister. What were your parents doing?
Well, they worked at a little factory that built suspension parts for big trucks called a torque rod. And they were both exposed to deadly chemicals. So they decided to sue 2 chemical companies. And when we did that, we had to go on workers' comp.
Did they ever win?
After 4 years and tearing our family apart, we settled out of court for like $40,000. So no.
All that for 40 G's?
That's right.
Bag.
And the lawyer got most of it.
How old were you?
Between like 12 and 15.
Just you and your sister, or how many siblings?
Just us.
Okay, so you have an identical twin sister.
We're technically fraternal because we were born in separate placentas. And this was in the 70s. But now they say you can be born in separate placentas and be identical, but we look exactly the same. Same voice, same freckles.
Everything. So growing up, you just didn't have a lot of money.
Correct.
And your only way out was to say, shit, I got to get some sort of education. So you went and got your physical therapy license.
Correct.
Therapist.
Physical therapy degree as a practicing physical therapist.
And did that get you out of poverty?
Absolutely.
In Ohio?
Yeah. I went to the University of Cincinnati for grad school. And my first job was basically hitting the lottery. Absolutely.
Did your parents think, my baby's done good?
I was the first person in my family to get a degree like that, for sure.
Looking back, would you say now you wasted your time with that, or do you appreciate the fact that you did that?
100% appreciate that. I think a lot of entrepreneurs kind of go back and forth about the value of school. And I think you had talked about not being able to have the opportunity to go to college. Is that right?
Well, I went. I was just not enrolled.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I went to get the ladies.
Okay. Okay.
But I mean, anyone can go on to the campus, but I didn't enroll. No, I got kicked out of my house at 16 and then dropped out of school in 11th grade.
Wow. Look at you now. So a lot of
Look
people
at me now.
feel like you have to have a degree. I think college for me taught me how to think, and it taught me how to think with others. And then getting my postgraduate degree in healthcare gave me the opportunity to work with people in a completely different way. And that's what's led to what I do now.
And I'm sure you made relationships there.
Oh, definitely.
That to me is why you should go. So eventually, fast forward, you had a friend that was an influencer.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're like, well, what's an influencer?
Had no idea. I was pregnant with my first child, my son, who's 6, and was looking for a cute outfit to wear for our cute beach photo shoot. And I noticed that she was an influencer. She was selling digital products. She had a couple of different things that she was selling, and she was doing a ton of brand deals and brand collaborations, none of which I knew that you could do. I had no idea that you could make money on a free app called Instagram. And so I decided to take an influencer course and paid $400. And my fiance gave me all kinds of hell about it. What are you doing? You're the director of rehab at a huge hospital. What are you, this is a Ponzi scheme. Like, what are you doing?
Ponzi scheme.
Like, this is.
Does he not know what a Ponzi scheme is?
Well, no, what is it?
A Ponzi scheme?
Yeah.
A Ponzi scheme is when you give money in return for money.
Mm.
You know, so, and then the next people that pay money is really what's paying you the money. It's not the thing they told you, because it's a Ponzi scheme. I'm taking money to give back old money, then taking new money to give back that money. Pretty soon it fails and everyone gets stung. So they call it a Ponzi scheme.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I believe Charles Ponzi.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Was the first one to pull one. But buying a course isn't a Ponzi. Might be a scam, but it's not a Ponzi.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
So he thought it was a scam, basically.
Well, he was like, why would you put any focus on that? You have a great job. And
what's he do?
He's a car designer for Honda and Acura.
Oh, wow.
He's the lead exterior designer. Yeah.
Tell him if he really wants to sell more Hondas, make them look like Ferraris.
I kind of agree, but I love you, hun.
Well, I never got car manufacturers and their design teams, because, like, go look at a Ferrari.
Oh, I know. Ferraris are hot.
Go look at a Lambo. Go look at like a Bugatti. Go look at like all the high dollar ones that cost a lot of money, and then just design your shit like that.
But is that their target market?
If it was a Honda price that looked like a Bugatti, a whole lot of more people would be driving a Honda.
You'd have to pay designers more money, right?
Why? Just the Bugatti's already designed. Just make it look kind of like that.
I'll let him know. I'll get back
just
to
say,
you
hey,
on
dude,
that.
Brad said, model your shit like a Ferrari and you'll sell more Hondas.
Okay.
Which I don't know why they don't. Literally, I don't know if they're copywritten.
Well, it's a Japanese brand, right?
I know, but you remember the NSX?
Uh-huh.
The Acura NSX?
He just
Acura
redesigned
is
that.
Honda.
Yeah.
So like the NSX was one of those type of cars, and it was like $100,000. I sold Bill Gates one.
Oh.
And I used to sell
like a
cars.
hypercar, kind of.
Yeah. Well, kind of. I wouldn't say hyper,
like
but
a watered down version.
Yeah.
Muscle car.
Yeah. Because those hyper supercars are like, Bugatti.
Right.
Pagani. I mean, there's so many of them that like those are the big dollar ones. But Acura NSX about $100,000. It was definitely considered a high end. I would even say supercar. It was
right.
It was a badass, especially when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I mean. Like that's just Honda.
Why can't they make all their cars like that?
Yeah,
right?
And then the Accord and the Prelude.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the Preludes?
I did.
Those
wanted
were
one.
cool.
They were very cool.
Now the Hondas all look sedanish. I don't know why.
Well, they are going a different direction. I can't give you too much inside information, but
perhaps
they are.
You know who's doing a really good job, surprisingly, with design? Hyundai.
I would agree with you. I think everything that's made right now looks pretty great. The technology and design for a lot of cars looks pretty polished, I think.
So you saw your friend and you realized, hey, you can make money doing this. And so you said, what?
I'm going to get free stuff as an influencer, and I'm going to learn how to do brand deals so I can make a little bit of money while I'm on maternity leave.
What made you do that? Just boredom, or you kind of
I wanted free stuff.
You just wanted free stuff.
Yeah. Like people, all of these big gift baskets and skincare stuff and I wanted free stuff for my nursery because I was in that whole motherhood vibe. But it became so much more to me than that. There was so much going on behind the scenes about your strategy as a personal brand, your grid aesthetic, hashtag strategy, captions, stories, your storytelling, your brand storytelling, basically.
So you learned that from a $400 course?
I learned that. No, I didn't. I learned that by observing influencer pages. And then I kind of, with my synthetic mind, put all of those things together. Like, how are these women making money? And it all came down to their brand, their personal brand. And then I thought, well, how can I do that? And then one of the women in the course that I took posted that she was training people how to be influencers. And I messaged her because we were all in a little kind of chat group. And I said, how are you doing this? You were just in the same class that I was. And she said something I'll never forget. You only have to be 3 steps ahead of someone to be valuable. And a light bulb went off over my head. Like, you're right. So I said, to heck with it. I'm going to say that I'm an influencer coach too, because I had pitched a couple of brand deals, make a couple $100 here, a couple $100 there. And I got my first coaching client on a slider in Instagram stories that said slide here to be a micro influencer. She paid me $1,600 a month. And a huge light bulb went off over my head. And so I started coaching.
And you barely knew what you were doing?
Right. Yeah. I was convicted and driven to do it. And if I could do it, I could train someone else to do it.
Well, and for the record, folks, she did already do a little bit of it. Because a lot of people in the course space or the info space, as you call it, or the coaching space, a lot of people are called scammers. Why? Because they're trying to coach you on shit they've never done.
Oh, yeah. I had done it.
Yeah, but you'd already done it a little bit at least.
Totally.
And found a little success. And your friend said, all you have to do is be 3 steps ahead of someone else to be valuable, which I agree with. You don't have to be like, well, if your coach ain't made millions and you want to make millions, don't mess with them. It doesn't have to be that drastic. Like, are they ahead of you? If they're ahead of you and they can help you get there quicker, well, you might just need to change out and upgrade your coaches. That's all.
Exactly.
So like eventually, like if I hired you to coach me and I got, boom, man, that was worth it. And now I'm like equal or ahead of you and you don't know any better because we're now at the same. Well, then boom, let me go get another coach that's a little bit ahead. You don't always have to have a coach that's at the top. A lot of times people don't realize the coaches at the top, they're too far ahead.
I was just going to say that. It's insurmountable and it doesn't make sense because I think along the way you need experience and wisdom. If somebody were to hand what people think that they want on day one, I don't think that they would have the wisdom, experience, infrastructure, and capacity to handle it. You need to take those baby steps.
Yeah. Yeah. And the best coaches are the ones that are literally reaching back to the people they used to be to help them get to become the people they became. So all you do really need is be 3 steps ahead, and you are valuable to somebody 3 steps behind that wants to get 3 steps ahead faster.
Exactly.
The question is what's it cost? And you spent $400. That's not unreasonable. I mean, there's people that charge a hell of a lot more than that and probably give you as much or equal value because of their brand is already so big.
Right.
Like, they'll pay me stupid money to come speak at an event.
Mm-hmm.
But it's mainly because of my social media and my personal brand.
Right.
And that's it. Like, I'm not saying anything more miraculous than the next guy. I don't think anyway. And so why do they pay me more than they pay someone else? The brand.
The brand.
That's
the
it.
Brand recognition.
So the bigger you get, the more well-known you get, the more you can charge.
Exactly. And congratulations.
Now, thank you. Now, you discovered that it wasn't just $1,600. Then what happened?
I started coaching and became aware that Canva, like, you needed to have content, right? And some of these people were really good at doing video content, but we needed a content strategy. So I started designing posts for these influencers. And then an IV hydration nurse practitioner in Alpharetta, Georgia found me and asked me to help her with her social media. So I faked it till I made it, Melissa.
Does Melissa know now?
Oh yeah. Yeah. She's one of my OGs. She's been with me since day one. And so I started doing content for her and kind of reshaped the IV hydration and post-op recovery care industry. And before I knew it, I had 30 or more nurse practitioners doing their social media for them. And that's what kind of skyrocketed my business and forced me to learn how to build infrastructure. It forced me to get virtual assistants to help me. My sister introduced me to my first virtual assistant and learn how to create packages. I was just learning as I went based on, what do they say? What's the mother of necessity? Whatever that phrase is. Basically, I had to learn everything as I went along. I didn't wake up one day and say
necessity is the mother
of invention. Thank you. And so I didn't wake up one day and say, I want to help people in the healthcare space with their social media and their websites and running ads. But it was challenging and I was really excited about it. And I just kept pushing myself to learn how to do it.
How long ago was that?
2019. My son was born in July. So I started doing that like a couple of months before he was born.
Now, is that all you do, or are you still the director of rehab?
No, I did both. For the first year, COVID hit when he was 6 months old, and I had to make a decision. And it was 4th of July. I'll never forget. And I posted that I was so annoyed that fireworks were going off and I had an infant and it was tough for him to go to sleep. And one of my occupational therapy friends said, "Hey, I'm not working right now for no childcare due to COVID." And it was like a pass through with disability or unemployment. And I didn't want to go back to work because I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I wanted to grow my business. And so I did the same thing. And I was able to stay home a year on maternity. And then I was able to stay home a year on no childcare due to COVID. So I got 2 solid years of still making some money on the government. Thank you. To grow my business. And that is the biggest God wink for me. I mean, how many people get that opportunity to still bring in income and then grow something brand new?
Well, that's very nice that you think like that. However, if you really think about it, everyone's got that opportunity anyway. Like you could have did what you did.
It would have taken me a little longer.
Yes, and it might have been a little more difficult, but you could have.
Right.
Correct?
Totally.
Because I don't want people getting all, well, she got that break and that's why I can't do it. Like anybody can do a side gig and turn that side gig into a full-time gig and turn that full-time gig into a damn massive business.
Well, I went back to work a couple of years later. And so I balanced, to parlay on that, I balanced my agency with a full-time job as a director of rehab at a huge subacute hospital in Santa Monica.
Just because you love it, why would you go back?
Partly because I loved it. And I think as a clinician, if you talk to several clinicians that don't practice for a while, I think there was a sense that I might lose it. And I missed COVID. Those were dark days.
Lose knowledge?
Right. Like lose my practice knowledge. And being in COVID for a couple of years, I was starved for connection and starved to be around other people. So I actually went back to the same hospital. Their director that took over after me moved on and they invited me back. So it was just like going back to a family. It was awesome.
So where are you, this smock outfit you got on?
Scrubs.
Yeah. Smock is more like a stylist.
Right.
Your scrubs.
Yeah.
Is that kind of,
this is our uniform at work. Yes.
At the PT work.
Yes. It's at a subacute hospital. Yes.
So I thought this was your marketing ploy.
Well, it's not a ploy, but when people look at me, typically they see a woman in my space, in my niche.
Yes.
They see blonde hair and they make assumptions, right? So wearing scrubs And having a medical license typically lends me a little bit more credibility than I might get on first blush.
I've never been a woman. So tell me, do you believe like women have a disadvantage?
I've lived that disadvantage.
People just assume what? You're stupid?
That I'm a dumb bimbo.
You believe that everybody, and first of all, there's women. So women think women are stupid too?
That's a good question. I mean, that's a whole different animal. But
I know, but I mean, it's if
I
men,
think it's more of a competition thing with.
Well,
women.
let's assume all men thought women were stupid because we don't all think that.
I didn't say that, but I think I've been underestimated my whole life based on my appearance.
I know, but haven't we all?
I don't know. Have you?
Well, haven't everybody?
Well, I'm asking you. Have you been underestimated based on your appearance?
Based on my appearance?
But you're a man.
I think I've been overestimated based on my appearance. Like, in other words, they think I can do more than I can actually do. But no, in reality, I'm always curious because women always kind of reference that they're at a disadvantage because they're blonde. And, I'm wondering, like, what does that feel like and if it's even true, or is it just made up in your head?
That is a great question. I think that goes along the lines of all discrimination or assumptions, ethnicity, gender,
well, there's
ageism.
there's definitely racism.
Exactly.
If anyone says there isn't, that's bullshit.
Oh, right.
But there's also all kinds of racism.
Right.
Like
and
all kinds of racism.
Sublayers of everything.
And then there's sexism. And then there's chauvinism. There's definitely chauvinism.
And ageism.
But it's not everybody. So like I've never looked at a blonde girl in any outfit and thought, oh, stupid bimbo.
Really?
No. Who does that? I don't know guys that think that way.
Well,
I know there are guys that think that way, but like there's not a lot of them. They're called like, hillbilly rednecks or something.
Right.
Or really old men or something. Like I don't believe men think women are stupid because they're blonde.
I'm going to have to let that roll around in my subconscious.
And 9 times out of 10, just because they're blonde doesn't even mean they're stupid because 9 of them out of 10 aren't blonde.
Right.
Okay.
Me included.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, but I get what you're saying. I just don't understand why that's a thing.
Well, medicine historically has been a very masculine profession, right? Nursing came along.
Nursing is not masculine.
Well, it's feminine, right?
Correct.
So what I'm saying is in the medical field, me being a licensed physical therapist of 26 years and working in the medical field, I think for some people, maybe it came from patients. I'll have to think about that. Like where did that belief come from? And I'm certainly challenging that now. And I appreciate you saying that you wouldn't think that.
Well, I wouldn't. And I know a lot of guys that don't think that way. Mm-hmm. But still you're saying, hey, because I had the license and I'm in the medical field, I get a little more credibility for not being a bimbo.
Not being just someone, with what I do, there are a lot of consultants selling the dream that don't even deliver stardust, as I like to say. And so what I do, in the telehealth space is helping people to launch national telehealth brands, if I could entree into that. So being a practitioner, the work that I'm doing has to do with medical health, wellness, metabolism, a lot of things that are obviously medically based. So when people come to me, a lot of providers, if I can speak that language, have you ever been to a foreign country?
Yes.
Right. And when you go to that foreign country, if English isn't their first language, it's hard for you to communicate. But then when you're around people that kind of speak your language, it gives you a sense of ease and comfortability and calm and kind of breaks a bit of a barrier down. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it has helped me immensely. Like when you mentioned, has my degree helped me? It certainly has in what I'm doing now because I'm working in the medical field, kind of, medical and like wellness. And being a PT gives me an opportunity to be able to understand not just the financial reason that people are selling GLP-1 peptides, longevity medication, but also the clinical aspect of it.
Yeah. So let me put it together for some of the dumber folks listening. Because at the end of the day, here's an opportunity. Number one, what you are now doing is you help people start and scale telehealth digital services and products,
right,
and make tons of money doing it
nationally.
So, yeah. And a lot of people think, well, they have to have a license to do that, or they have to be someone in medicine to do that. Right. And what you're saying is, no, you don't. I stumbled into it, made a bunch of money, and now I show other people how to do it, and I help grow and scale people doing it. And anyone can put together a telehealth company and
That's
grow
correct.
it and scale it with social media
and other means. Yes.
And this is what you do mainly.
Right. That's my full-time
is show people how to build these businesses, grow and scale, and grow and scale these businesses. So if someone's listening right now and they're working at frickin', Jack in the Box, why couldn't they do it?
There's no reason.
Well, what if someone's like, a vice president at a bank and they're making $100,000 a year? They're going to work 12 more years and retire with a gold watch. What would you say to them? Why can't they do it?
They could make $100,000 a month. So
you're telling me that they don't need any special training or education. They just need the will.
A provider. Right.
How is it possible that they can start a telehealth? Because when I think of telehealth, I think got to be a doctor, got to be able to write prescriptions. You got to at least be a nurse practitioner.
Right. So that's a great question. I'm going to break it down for you. So these telehealth platforms are not the provider. You're a marketing company that is driving traffic to a website that presents therapeutic options for people. And the provider is the one that makes the decision if it's medically necessary and writes that script.
So really you can start a telehealth company and really you're just a lead gen.
That is it.
And it makes hundreds of grands a month, if maybe millions, depending on how big you blow it up.
That's it. Exactly.
See, folks, that's what I'm talking about. That's the opportunity. If I were listening to this show and I didn't already have like something major going on, or like, a vision I'm already on the path of building and nothing's distracted me, I'd be like wondering, maybe I'll throw this in, because you did it basically part-time.
Right. I've done it myself. I built my own telehealth
But you didn't
brand.
stop your whole life and work 30 years to build it. How long did it take you to build something substantial?
I hit a lot of potholes. It's basically white label telemedicine is what it is. And there are 5 basic components. You need providers to write prescriptions. You need pharmacies to fulfill nationwide. You need a software hub to pull everything together, automations, when the pharmacy fulfills, the patient gets tracking, your order status updates. You need legit script if you want to market on Meta or Google. And you need high risk payment processing. And if you have all 5 of those things, then you've got the magic ticket. But sometimes 1 or 2 or 3 of those, you have them, but they suck. And I hit those potholes. I hired a couple of different platforms. They were not autonomous. I couldn't see the orders. I was depending on too many chiefs in the TP, but I just kept working. Like this has to work. There has to be a way for this to work. And because I was a marketer, most people will put out a shingle. They'll start a business first, not thinking about the marketing who's my target audience, who's my dream client. But I came from a position of marketing and knew exactly who my dream client was with these. And that's how I built my brand. And that's how I work with people when they build their brands. I worked in the body sculpting space and IV hydration, and people would be like, I love cotton candy pink and turquoise blue. And I'm like, well, does your dream client love that? Right? You have to, and this, you have to create your brand and your vision to the person you're selling to, not what you like. So to answer your question, anybody can start, scale, and profit a telehealth brand on their own. because I've already done it. I've already made all the mistakes. I've done it myself.
And this is what you help people do.
Yes.
So if I have one already, but I haven't really blown it up, you can help me do that.
Yes.
And if I wanted to start one, you could help me literally start one.
Right.
So if I'm a stay-at-home mom or a freaking transitioning veteran out of the military with no idea what I'm going to do,
yes,
I could be like, telehealth.
And
Because I like telehealth for one reason. Dude, it's not going anywhere. Anti-aging, wellness, it's getting bigger and more positive. It's getting more popular.
right.
Like less and less I see people drinking. You ever notice that?
I do.
Maybe it's because I don't drink much anymore. But like it seems like everybody drank back when I drank. And then I stopped drinking
Right.
a lot because I'll still drink here and there. But I just don't drink as much. And now like every time I look around, nobody drinks.
Well, tell me why.
Do you drink?
I do occasionally. Yeah.
Occasionally, or do you get slammed?
No, I don't get. I have 2 kids. I
Oh,
don't get slammed.
well, I got 7 kids, and that's mainly because I got slammed.
So, but why don't you drink?
Because it's not good for my body.
Thank you. So, the target market for
And
this,
by the way, just for the record,
yeah,
it wasn't good for my relationships. Like,
yeah,
I've never
totally.
woke up with more friends and more money
right.
and a better condition than I always
prior.
woke up with a headache. Can't remember last night, said shit I shouldn't have said,
right?
did shit I shouldn't have done.
Mm-hmm.
I had probably less friends, less money.
Yep.
It was just a no-win situation.
Correct.
And then the ultimate thing that broke the camel's back is someone showed me a picture of me at a party. And I said, damn, dude, I look cross-eyed. And somebody said, you were. And I said, what do you mean? They said, dude, you were walking around and you were straight up cross-eyed. And I said, shut up. And they showed me a video and they saw me sitting there talking. And I remember sitting there talking. I didn't realize that I was
right. Yeah.
slurring and looking like a straight dipshit.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw myself and I said, I'm not doing that again. Well, the very next week, my wife, 2 friends of ours were out. Figure we'll get a couple, glasses of wine. No big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, by the time it was over, we had 4 glasses of wine. 4 bottles
Oh,
of
that's
wine.
a difference.
Well, it's good wine. If you ever good wine,
Oh,
you
yeah.
it's just
I love Silver Oak.
Yeah. So we just had 4 bottles of wine, and my wife and his wife might have had 2 glasses.
Right.
It was me and him drinking the rest.
Yeah.
And I just started telling the truth, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And then I woke up and I didn't even remember how I got home, and on wine, and my head hurt.
Right.
And my wife was extremely embarrassed,
Disappointed.
and it looked like she didn't respect me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think she did.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, what happened? And this wasn't the first time. It happened a couple times. And I said, what happened? She's like, oh, you just, and she told me the whole story. And I said, babe, I'm not going to drink anymore. And she said,
Good
yeah,
for you.
right. And I said, well, I'm not going to say I'm not going to ever drink because, but I'll never get drunk again. She said, yeah, right.
Believe it when I see it.
That's what
right?
she said.
Mm-hmm.
And now ask her, if you called her right now and she said, does he drink? She's going to say, not really. Because like now, why drink unless you're going to get hammered? What's one drink going to do?
Yeah, right.
It's not going to do anything. Well, then it's for the flavor. Well, that's why once in a while I might have a glass of wine at dinner for the flavor.
Right.
Alcohol
And
tastes
the
like
ambiance
shit.
of it. Right. It does.
I don't like the taste of vodka. Like
Right.
it's a purpose. I'm drinking it for a purpose.
I'm trying to get somewhere.
Yeah. So
right?
one of these days, if I want to go out and get shit faced because we're fishing on a boat and it's a bunch of dudes and we're going to slam some beers and have a good time, I might.
Right.
I'm
but
not.
you commit to that and you know what you're doing.
Well, I'm doing it for a reason to
Right.
get buzzed. I'm not doing it just to have a beer. So
Right.
now I don't say I don't drink only because I might, and I don't want to say something that's not true.
But it's not like it was before.
I haven't drank in probably a year straight.
Good for you.
But it's not because I don't. It's because
You don't like the way you feel.
I'm getting my abs. My body feels like shit. I like waking up feeling good.
Mhm.
I'm getting older. I don't want to get any older. Like it
and
ages
that's
you.
it right there. That's where this longevity, GLP-1, weight loss, biohacking, peptides, our age group is tired of feeling like shit.
Well, that's my point. Wellness is getting big.
Right.
So anybody listening, like you thinking, hey, I need to find a side hustle. This might be it. And again, you guys want to get a hold of Jessica, you just go to frickin' her Instagram, ZenJessica_official. Zen, Z-E-N.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can go to growpro.co.co, GrowPro, and she'll help you start, grow, and scale the bitch. But I think everybody needs to understand the wellness industry is not going anywhere. It's getting bigger.
Correct.
And now you got all the peptides coming. And by the way, I mean, testosterone, all the guys are starting. Dude, you can.
TRT's huge.
That's telehealth.
Right.
100%. You can do that. People are like, I can't prescribe testosterone. That's what she's trying to tell you, folks. You can profit by driving the leads that want the testosterone, that want this medicine,
correct,
this telehealth. And
right.
You don't have to be a doctor. You have to be smart.
You have to be a marketer. You have to think smart and how am I going to drive traffic?
That's all it is traffic. That's what blows my mind is like, folks, I can make money. And by the way, realhealthrx.com.
Mm-hmm.
If you go there now, it's like nothing. I'm already.
Is this your brand?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out.
Because, well, first of all, I got to get my abs. So like I'm almost abbed up.
Okay.
And once I get my abs, people are going to go, how'd you do it?
Right.
Well,
you're going to be your own testimony.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And then, hey, you need some tests? There's some tests. You want some peptides? There's some peptides. You want some whatever? And guess what? It's just telehealth. It's like, it's not me. I'm not a doctor, but I'll get thousands of people that want to figure out, what did I do? Well, I did that. And then they're going to go, well, how do I get that? Well, there's the doctor. There's the shit.
So you're doing this too.
Yeah. And now I'm making money and I can make like $1 million a month. You don't need that many people on a regimen.
You only need about 50 patients to break even on $3,000 a month in marketing. That's not a big threshold.
Well, that's only if you're selling them one thing.
Correct. So if if you get down to the bare bones of it, but
once you get 50 patients on one thing, well, what else do they need?
Exactly. You cross market.
Now they start to do skincare and they start to do body sculpting and they start to do glaucoma treatment. And the next thing you know, you find out they want BPC 157.
Well, you have to be careful with the non-FDA approved peptides.
I don't. Whoever prescribes them does.
Right. But you want to get it from a prescriber. I would
again,
think that.
I don't have to get it. I got to drive the traffic. That person's responsible for all that shit.
Right. Exactly.
I'm not liable.
Right. That's correct.
I just need to get people interested in looking good and feeling good. And guess what? That's not freaking rocket science.
Right. Exactly. Do you need a consultant, by the way?
Well, again, I mean, I probably will.
I have to keep in touch.
I'll let you help me for a moment.
Okay.
But I don't.
So what is it again?
I plan on going like $1 million a month type of shit.
What's your site?
It's going to be Real Health RX.
Real Health RX.
Yeah.
My site's called Kin Meds.
Kin Meds?
Kin Meds.
Why Kin? You from Holler?
No. Like.
Wait till my kin find out.
Kinfolk, right? Well, kind of like that. You know, I am kind of a hillbilly through and through. You can take the girl out of the hills, but you can't take the hillbilly out of the girl because I grew up in Ohio. But, you know, that whole kinship that we're all kind of in this together. And a friend of mine sent me a little Instagram post and I was struggling with how to name my business. And I wanted to be short and very like pop. I wanted to pop. I didn't want to be like blah, 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 blah wellness, because I think kind of the shorter, the better. And she sent me something really lovely about kin keeping, which is an act that a lot of women or mothers do that creates the magic in your family, those unspoken and unseen things like remembering dentist appointments and planning for birthdays. And that just resonated with me, that I'm not just pushing drugs here and I'm not just trying to make money. It's trying to help people, but also form a community that can have longevity. Because, you know, at the end of the day, there's so many of these brands. That's the other thing people ask me. Isn't this saturated? Is this market saturated? But it's all about your brand, who you're marketing to. And at the end of the day, it's not just price shopping anymore. You know, everybody's got a really great price on these drugs. What sets your brand apart? What makes it different? And that's what I try to breathe life into for my for my clients.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. But I'm trying to think like, well, I mean, test is test, whether it's from Eli Lilly or, some other manufacturer.
Exactly, yeah.
Your brand is like Real Health. And then Real Health might subscribe just, testosterone cypionate or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, let's get into the GLP-1 thing because that's weight loss specifically. Are you helping specifically weight loss or are you wellness?
Both. So peptides.
So any wellness brand that's going, you can help them grow and scale. Weight loss. What about like parasite cleanse and stuff like that?
No, it would. Well, I mean, certainly
wellness.
You could do that. Yeah. And then there's a lot of other applications for GLP-1s besides weight loss only. It helps with PCOS. Helps with
What's PCOS?
Polycystic ovarian syndrome. So people that
I don't have that.
You don't have a uterus or ovaries?
I have one, but she's at home.
It belongs to somebody else. Yes. Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune disease. There's some evidence coming out about dementia and Alzheimer's because of the sugar regulation, right? With blood sugar levels in some, I think Gary Brecka even says that in every other country but ours, dementia is called diabetes type 3, I think he calls it. So anything to do with regulating blood sugar. So there's a lot of other applications versus just weight loss. That's obviously a really big one because it's been shown to be so effective. I think Semaglutide was like the number 2 prescribed drug last year. I mean, we're talking billions and billions of dollars.
Is that just like an Ozempic?
So Semaglutide is the active ingredient in Ozempic and Wegovy, which is owned by Novo Nordisk. And Tirzepatide is the active ingredient in Zepbound and Mounjaro, which is owned by Eli Lilly.
So those are the 2 that all the people are on?
Yes.
That give them Ozempic face?
Yes, exactly.
Can or does?
Well, it depends on how you use it. And
whoever I've seen needs to stop using it
like
that
celebrities?
Way. Yeah, I mean, like, dude, listen.
I agree.
Your face can't look like you're from Transylvania.
Right. With Halloween coming, yeah. So I think when used properly,
I'd rather you be a little bit pudgy.
Or some meat on your bones, some curves, right?
Rather than looking drawn and like you're dying. And then I hear there's like stomach cancer and like all these problems happening. There's like $2 billion lawsuit against Ozempic from all these negative effects. But all people want is to lose weight. You know what my question is? Then why don't you diet and exercise?
That doesn't work for everyone. And this is a very sensitive topic that we're
let's get into it.
That doesn't work. And a lot
Why
of
doesn't
people,
it work?
Well, it could come from a lot of different issues.
Give me an example.
Metabolically, if they have comorbidities like having diabetes or having metabolic issues.
They probably have diabetes because they didn't work out and eat right.
Could be. I mean, it could be orthopedic issues.
Stop stuffing your face with donuts.
Well, and that stems into some of the self-worth things.
Now we're talking mental shit.
Exactly, which feeds into it, right?
I know, but those are all excuses.
Well, but be careful what you say,
okay,
because we're dealing with humans here.
I know.
That want to lose weight.
Well,
right?
that's the thing.
Are we going to judge them?
We're not judging. I'm trying to tell the truth. People don't like the truth. The truth is stop stuffing your fucking face.
Right. I agree.
Get off your fat ass and go work out. And if that doesn't work, then we'll address it. But they're not even doing that. You know what they're doing? They're saying, give me the injection so I don't have to do shit. And then they're losing weight, but then they're getting sick and they're dying. It's like, dude, you just missed the whole point. I'd rather be fat and happy till I'm 90 than buff and ripped for 2 more years. Like, who wants to be buff and ripped short term? Like, longevity is the key. Quality of life is the key, even if I'm fat. So
if
these
you're
people
doing it right.
I know, but these people that want to lose weight and they're going right to these drugs, I don't buy it. I think drugs are to assist if you can't. Like, there may be some people that really can't.
And those are the people that
like my daughter used to say because one time I told her, now again, I mean, people think I'm mean for this, but I'm not mean. But she came in and she was getting quite thunderous. And I said, honey, you're about a cheeseburger away from fitting through that door.
And how do you think that made her feel?
Well, me and her have a funny buddy relationship. So, she knows I'm not, she knows I still love her, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
She was thunderous.
Did she change?
She was thunderous. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like borderline society's not going to treat her well.
Right.
She needs to freaking do something. And by the way, I was driving one time and I look over and it's her and she's wolfing down animal fries from In-N-Out like she hasn't eaten in 6 months. So it's like, it was her diet. She didn't work out. She didn't do anything. So I just told her, honey, you're a cheeseburger away from fitting through that door. Like, it's time to do something. And she made a joke back and we kind of let it go. But she basically said that she had a thyroid issue.
There you go. Mm-hmm. That's another one.
Yeah, but go look at her now.
How did she change that?
Diet and exercise.
Which I'm not saying doesn't work.
And then I said, when she got in shape, I said, now see, I thought you had a thyroid issue. And she said, I do. It just means I had to work. But she didn't
use it as an excuse.
No, she said, I do. It just means that I had to work harder. It's harder for me with the thyroid issue to get in shape. So I had to work out twice as hard and eat twice as less, which is the problem. And it is a bitch. And it is unfortunate for some people. But the point was, the thyroid issue was not why she was doing it. So for ladies, men, all the people out there in the world, because I come from a fat family, I should be a fat guy.
Okay.
Listen, you have to choose health and longevity and aesthetics over comfort and joy. Right. Otherwise, I'd have a box of maple bars right here and a cold milk, and I'd be eating oatmeal raisin cookies every day, and I'd be having Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream when I got home, and I'd have birthday cake for lunch, and I'd have fudge sickles all day long. You know what I'm saying? I love food, chicken fried steak and eggs. Come on. Pancakes, crepes. What's your favorite food?
I love sushi and Italian.
See, what's your favorite dessert?
Tiramisu.
Freaking lava cake.
And great
2 scoops of ice cream. Come on. See, I like it. So does everybody else. But the difference between some people that are overweight and then people that aren't, I don't believe Ozempic or any drug is the answer. I think the answer is diet and exercise. Get your insulin sensitivity naturally under control, like eat and then go walk.
So let's be clear. I agree with you. I don't think that people should get medication just for the quick fix.
But they are.
They are. So I'll make the disclaimer. These drugs should be used in addition with diet, exercise, and lifestyle change.
That's what should happen.
100%.
That's how they're going to get real value.
Correct. And if they do make those lifestyle changes, then the weight loss is sustainable.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And again, even if you yo-yo, like you might come back in 6 months and I'm a little bit chunky again.
Right.
Well, at the end of the day, I got what I call fat pants.
Yeah.
If I ever have to, if the fat pants are ever tight, it's like, that's it.
Is that your litmus test?
Yeah. Cause dude, I enjoy life. Sometimes I'll eat a damn donut. Sometimes I'll eat the cake, but you can't, unfortunately. Some people are lucky. They can. Their metabolism's fast. And it's generally when they're in shape.
Right.
Like you pay the price to get in really good shape. You can eat that shit on occasion. But when you're out of shape and you just rely on Ozempic to get you back in shape, all the Ozempic does, I believe, you're the expert, tell me. All the Ozempic does is causes your body to emulate the GLP release, and that will make you feel satiated and full and make you stop eating. Right. So really, what's Ozempic doing? It's making you stop eating. Can't you stop eating?
That is another podcast, don't you think, with tapping into what makes people overeat or can't stop eating or eat for emotional reasons.
That is another podcast, but I figure we still got 10 minutes if you want to shift into that.
Well, I think, there will be a lot of people watching this that are super pissed hearing you say that.
Why?
Right? Well, because they
want to blame somebody for their fatness.
Perhaps, and perhaps not. I mean, there are a lot of people that can't maybe work out for orthopedic reasons, or
like they can't work out. That's another whole matter.
Right. That's right. Exactly.
I'm not saying everybody, guys. I'm saying a lot of people that I know, including me, it was excuses. It was, I didn't want to do the damn work.
Right.
Like, just tell the truth. The truth is you don't have a thyroid issue. You got a lazy ass issue.
Right.
Like if they just acknowledge the truth. I'm not saying somebody's over there with no arms and no legs, a little bit overweight because they can't move. Oh, son of a bitch, you're talking about me. I'm not talking about somebody that has legitimate issues. Take Ozempic then. But at the end of the day, most people that are jacking Ozempic all day or Ozempic all day long, they don't need that yet. Okay. They should be dieting and exercising for a period of 3 to 6 months before they ever introduce any drug into the mix.
And that's the patient population that I'm open to talking about and willing to use that as the kind of target market. People that are using these peptides and drugs for the right reasons, in addition to lifestyle modification, in addition to changing their diet. And that's what's going to set telemedicine brands apart in the future. It's not all drugs. So having ancillary services available on your website, like health coaching, hooking up your site to some type of either fitness information or fitness app or access to fitness individuals to meet people where they are. Because let's face it, your ability is going to be different than 38-year-old postpartum mom who had a meniscal tear and a surgery, right? So
where's your meniscal?
Your knee. Sorry, your meniscus in your knee. Sorry.
I thought that was a patella.
Well, your patella is the little floating bone on top. The meniscus is like the
ligament,
the shock absorption cartilage between your long bone on top, which is called your femur, and your long bone on bottom, which is called your tibia. So, everyone's
next to your fibula.
Next to your fibula. That's correct. But your fibula doesn't, anyways.
Doesn't cross like your ulna and your radius.
That's correct. That's correct.
Quiz me, doc. Quiz me.
Well, I'm not a doctor. I'm a physical therapist. But
you just touched your sternocleidomastoid.
Sternocleidomastoid is over here.
That's what you just touched, right?
I did. I like where this is going. But
I was going to be a doctor once.
I that doesn't surprise me. You'd make a great doctor.
Well, I studied for a
Did
while,
you?
thinking I was going to be a doctor.
Well,
I had to study for a while, but obviously I didn't make it.
well, not necessarily. I feel like you kind of made it.
I still have
In a
the
different
knowledge.
way.
Well, not as a doctor.
Does it matter?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I hire doctors.
Exactly.
So for the listeners, when I started this, I said, hey, if you like money, well, here's why. Because she had no intention of doing this. She accidentally stumbled into it. Now she's making all kinds of dough doing this, helping people lose weight, live longer, feel better about themselves. And all she's doing is literally a telehealth company. And she's not even a doctor. She is in the field, but that license doesn't allow that. And I'm thinking, if I were people listening, I would not believe, like I'd be like, well, how's that going to help me? That's what I want to make sure they understand.
Mm-hmm.
You can be a guy that's running a landscaping company and you're tired of busting your ass outside in the sun.
Correct.
Call her. She'll show you step by step how to start your own telehealth company.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, you got 50, 60 patients and you're making 10, 20, 30 grand a month.
Easy.
And it's like, holy shit, how did I do that? Well, she did it on accident. So if you guys want to learn how to do it, go hit her up. GrowPro, where do you prefer to be reached out to?
Both of those, growpro.co or zenjessica_official.
Now, what products for people that are listening that might be a little bit chubby? Who's going to be mad at me, by the way? The fatties?
So, for my brand, KinMeds, the one that I started as kind of an accident just so I could figure this whole telehealth world out, we use a lot of micro-influencer marketing. So, and that storytelling, I think, is what sets brands apart, is seeing that transformation. This is a transformational type of product. It's not like something that you try once and you instantly see a change. There's a lot of storytelling behind it. And I guess when I hear you say that, I
say what though? Be specific.
Like fatties or people that need to just get off their ass. You know, I see a lot of women and men.
Hey, I'm going to lose a bunch of followers today.
No, well, let's talk about it. Let's put it in perspective.
Okay.
There's definitely a mental component, I would say, a mental health component.
Yeah, self-worth, self-image.
100%.
Identity problem.
Yeah. And a lot of these people, these influencers that I repost for my brand are more than willing to talk about that. I lost hope. I lost my father. I lost my job. COVID hit, you know, everybody gained weight during COVID. They, you know, drank 4 bottles of wine a day because there was nothing to do for 2 years. And you're like locked in your house with your screaming kids and
peanut butter and jelly sandwiches
and your spouse or your partner that you can't stand now, whatever the case may be. So everyone's got a place that they're starting, and they'll probably be the first one to tell you, I messed up. Like I dropped the ball.
Can I ask you a question though?
Yeah.
Does those stories and reasons, or some would call excuses, are those excuses? Are those reasons? Aren't they still fat?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're fatties, regardless of why they're fatties.
They would be clinically obese.
Oh, so that's the nice way to say it?
Yes.
I'd rather be called fat than clinically obese. Obese sounds way worse.
Well, some people are not obese because microdosing.
They say I'm obese.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not morbidly obese, but obese. Like your BMI
just the word,
high.
Just the word obese sounds
That's
nasty.
crazy that bothers you more than being called fat. I guess that would
fat. Like, dude, everybody's fat. I got fat here, fat here. Some chicks have fat asses, but they got great bodies. Like, fat is not necessarily a bad thing. It's fat. Like, we all have fat. Even a guy with 8% body fat has fat.
Right. But you're calling them fat.
That's what they are.
Right. Well, some people might prefer to be called obese, but hearing these different stories. I bet you. Let's get a vote going.
Let's do it. What would you rather be called? And by the way, you're not fat. She's not fat. There's people that aren't fat.
But
okay, why aren't you fat though?
I've been the same size since I was 14.
So you can't get fat.
I'm metabolically, I don't think so.
So have you ever ate everything you want and never worked out?
I do every day.
And
I
never work out?
I haven't worked out in probably 3 years.
Well, see, you're one of the lucky ones.
Right.
I'm not a lucky one.
But I use
If I don't work out and I don't eat right, I will get fat.
I don't know what that feels
obese. I apologize. I'll become obese.
Obese? I don't know what I'd prefer to be called. Probably maybe nothing.
You know what?
Overweight?
Do you know why it hurts people's feeling?
Why?
Because they're fat. And they identify.
Don't you think that hurts?
No, like again, it doesn't hurt if you can help it. It shouldn't hurt if you can help it. What hurts is you're not doing anything about it. Well, and that hurts.
Some people don't, but some people try and they can't get over that.
They don't
hiccup for whatever
reason. You
don't
try things, Jessica. You do things. You don't try. I'm going to try to get a drink of coffee. Watch, I'm going to try.
Okay, so let me reframe that for you. I see people that are going to Pilates classes. They're doing their protein shakes. They're eating right, but their metabolism
is too slow.
Has changed. You know, I'm 49 years old. Or let's talk about someone else.
So my question to those people would be
different. They have to do different things.
I know, but I would ask that person, what is your RMR?
What's RMR?
Your metabolism rate. Like, what are you burning doing nothing? Mm-hmm. Now, let's say they go get it tested and it's 12, which it can't be, but let's pretend it was. Mm-hmm. Well, then that's a problem. And so again, I would say, oh, well, the reason you're fat is because you're not burning any calories and you're eating too many, but they're still fat. So like for me saying, well, they're fat or fatties is not anything but the truth. And by the way, I put myself in that category.
Right. You did.
So it's not a harmful thing. It's a truthful thing.
So how do people get beyond that?
They identify that they have a problem.
And I think most would say that they do, which is why they decide to use these peptides and GLPs.
Yeah, but you're acting like
help.
I know, but you're acting like they're all these innocent creatures that have these
not at all.
These problems, when in reality, most of them, they just haven't done the work.
Can they do the work and the drugs at the same time for a period of time?
Sure. And I suggest they do. Why? Because it'll speed it up if you want it. If you want it quicker. I'm not saying don't do them. What I'm saying is stop relying on the drugs and start fixing this.
Agreed.
Like discipline, for example. Do you think it takes discipline to get in physical shape if you're a fatty? Because and I'm a fatty.
1,000%.
I have to. If I don't do it, I'm a fatty.
Nobody's going to do it for you.
So do you have to have discipline?
Yes.
Okay, where do you get discipline? You buy it at a store?
No.
Where do you get it?
Oh, wow, that's a great question. By experimenting with it yourself.
No.
And
No.
Break it down for me.
You choose it. It's a choice. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So when someone's not choosing to stick with the diet, they're choosing not to. If they're not choosing to do their exercise like they're supposed to, they're choosing not to. So the people that are fat, usually, not all of them, most of them, it's because they're choosing to be fat.
And they can choose to not be fat and go
Yes,
down
they
that
can.
road of diet, exercise, lifestyle modification, perhaps therapy, counseling, whatever they need to do to work on those things. In addition to using these medications the right way. So no, I don't believe in body dysmorphia. I don't believe in celebrities going into their doctors and getting these drugs because they want to look like Skeletor, and look like skeletons. I don't believe in that at all.
What is body dysmorphia?
Body dysmorphia is where you have an obscured view of how your body looks. So the example would be someone that would look at themselves. That would be like if I looked at myself in the mirror and said, I look fat. I've got the opposite of whatever that is. Okay. Which is?
I look in the mirror and think I look better than I actually do. I overestimate my fitness level sometimes.
Okay. I don't know what that clinical name is.
I'm like, look at me.
I guess that's body dysmorphia too, maybe just on the other side of the coin.
That's a positive body dysmorphia.
Right. Well, I think dysmorphia meaning it's not the correct interpretation, good, bad, or indifferent.
So last question.
Yeah.
If I were to say obese, less people would be offended?
I don't know. I think it's personal. Like you said, you wouldn't mind being called fat.
No, if someone came up and they go, bro, you're getting a little bit fat. I'd be like, I know, dude. I know. I need to get in the gym.
But that could be like a bro thing. Like if
if a girl said, I don't prefer, I don't like Brad at that weight. He's too fat for me. I'd be like, I don't blame you. I
think if a woman came up to, if a woman told a woman, if I told Maria, you look fat.
Well, the question is, does she look fat?
No, or anybody. If I saw a woman that I thought was obese, I would never call her fat.
Well, that's called polite. But when we're having a discussion, I'm not calling you fat. I'm saying there's fat people in the world, and you're like, there's going to be people that are mad at you for that. Why? Because they're fat? Because they identify with fat? Or they identify that, hey, I'm the one he's talking about. Mm-hmm. And if you're a fat person in the world, or let's say obese, because again, I'm not trying to offend people. I'm trying to wake people up.
Right.
And in my opinion, I had to wake up. And dude, fat's just a word that means fat. It's not a bad word.
Well, obese
sounds worse. Would you rather be obese or fat? Obese sounds like fat.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And by the way, most of the people that are a little fat, they know they're fat.
That's what I'm saying. And they want to make a decision.
So I'm just stating the truth.
That's why they go on these telehealth brands. They say, I want to make a change.
I know, but I'm just stating a truth.
Yeah. I feel like you have to
truth hurts sometimes
in order to get yourself in the right direction.
That's right.
You have to.
And that's why old Bradley's always not the most popular. Why? Because I don't think love is lies. I think it's the opposite. And the people that really love you and really care about you, sometimes they might tell the truth and it makes you pissed off and it makes you offended and it hurts you. But love ain't lies.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah. So only because I love you, fatties. No, just joking. In reality, it's because seriously, I don't think fat is a bad thing. I am a fatty. Like I'm an undercover fatty. I'm supposed to be fat.
Right.
My what do you call it? Genetics says I should be fat.
Well, there you go. Some people are.
And by the way, I am still fat. If I took my shirt off, you'd be like, well, you're a little fat right there still. I know. And I gotta freaking get it off me. And it's my fault. It's not because I have a thyroid issue, and it's not because, my meniscus is a little bit. No, it's because, and by the way, you can do all kinds of shit without your meniscus.
I knew you were going to say that. You're right.
The point is what I want to do is wake people up and say, listen, if you're overweight and see, overweight's the nice way of saying fat. If you're overweight, because obese sounds worse than fat, but overweight, if you're overweight and you guys have been carrying weight your entire life, I just want you to know that at the end of the day, it's just an excuse, and it's an identity issue, and it's a self-worth issue, and it's more than likely a mindset issue. Mm-hmm. Because if you knew the truth, you could literally choose to get rid of it in 6 or 8 months. You would have it completely gone, and you'd be in the best shape of your life, and you'd feel so good about yourself, and you would start having new doors open up and new opportunities. And that's what you should do. And I just want to maybe get someone to hurt bad enough to change. Because if you don't, they'll never change. Would you agree?
I do agree. And I firmly believe for those people using peptides or GLP-1s or longevity medications will help them if they're doing it for the right reasons. Yeah. And yes, I do think that you need to wake up, and you have to acknowledge, your higher self has to acknowledge that in order for you to pivot and say, okay, this is a dead end. I'm not happy over here. I'm going to go over here. And I think there are so many people that are at that place, in addition to being older, in addition to their metabolism being slower. So there's a huge market for these.
Huge. Right. And everyone that's listening, that's done laughing from our debate, they should consider opening a telehealth operation, program, brand, right, because you can make 20 grand a month very easily as side income. You don't even have to quit your job. You have to reach out and say, Jessica, how do you do this? Which I'd highly recommend people do, or just go discover it on your own, like she did. Like, I mean, you'll figure it out. She did. Other people
the long
did.
Way. Yeah.
It costs you more, take you longer, but either way, I would do it. Why? Because health and wellness is going up, no matter what, guaranteed. That's number one. Number two, I don't want to make any confusion about the fact that I am not saying don't do these drugs.
Right.
I am saying it's a decision that you need to make. If I know that I'm lazy, I'll never work out, I'd rather be fat.
Right.
Then the drugs work too. You don't even have to work out, really. Right?
Right.
Ozempic, dude.
But if you stop them, you have regain. So how are you going to
live on it, don't you?
No.
Well,
forever?
Then I'd drop it, and then when I look good, I'd start working out.
You do them together, right? So you can do your weight loss medication, diet, exercise, hit your goal weight quicker. And the goal is to sustain those changes.
And then what if they have loose skin?
It depends, obviously.
What do you call those guys? Skinnies?
People that have lost weight with loose skin.
Okay, loose skin. What are we going to do about it?
I mean, there's a lot of cosmetic treatments that you can do.
Would you rather remain fat or lose all the fat and just have a big skirt of skin hanging over your waist?
You're talking about like really big people that have lost a lot of weight.
Really big?
Morbidly obese.
Or fat?
Well, morbidly obese, I guess, would equate to like super fat. Like people that are like several
People are going to
hundred.
hate you for that. Super fat? Oh my God, I can't believe you just said super fat.
Well, what does fat mean?
Oh my God, Jessica. We're going to get canceled.
We're not going to get canceled. What I'm saying is people that have lost hundreds of pounds.
Yes. What about their skin?
Well, it depends on how fast they lost it and what kind of other things they're doing along the way. But in those cases, they may need to or may want to consider cosmetic surgery.
Not everybody's a good candidate.
Exactly.
But what do they do?
I mean, body sculpting, there's a lot of body sculpting treatments out there, radio frequency and skin tightening treatments. There's shapewear available. They do. They absolutely do. Over time, I'm not a body sculpting consultant, but I've worked with hundreds of them. Mm-hmm. So
I found one I'm talking to right now.
Body sculpting?
No, it's a loose skin tightening thing
Mm-hmm.
that apparently after one treatment, you can totally see the difference. And after 5 or 6, loose skin's gone.
Did you try it?
I'm gonna try to do business with them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try it right here with this loose ass skin. I got freaking looseness everywhere. I'm gonna try it.
Try it.
I have to try it. I can't preach it works if I don't try it.
Mm-hmm.
But loose skin's going to be an issue because there's a lot of people on drugs. If they're called GLP-1s, I don't know. Is that what they're called? The weight loss stuff?
And to be clear, as far as semaglutide and tirzepatide are concerned, those 2 molecules are patented by Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk. So a lot of people ask, am I selling that drug? So these drugs came off the shortage list with the FDA by December of last year, 2024. So the compounded versions, semaglutide and tirzepatide, can still absolutely legally be prescribed as long as they're prescribed based on patient specificity. And some patients can't take the branded dosage. So I just want to be clear for obvious reasons that the telehealth companies that we help are selling GLP-1 medications. GLP-GIP is what tirzepatide is. Semaglutide is GLP-1. But they're not commercially identical copies of these branded molecules.
You make me want to start a telehealth deal.
Let's do it.
Because again, dude, I really do want to help people feel better, look better.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you feel better and you look better, you get more confidence. And when you get more
100%.
confidence, you start becoming more successful. You become better husbands, better brothers, better dads, better wives,
Mm-hmm.
better people because you feel better. So again, you got me fired up to go save the world.
Okay.
But now they're going to all hate me because I said fat.
Well, I don't think so. I think we had an honest discussion, and that stems back to what we initially talked about with people judging me because of having blonde hair. I think we have perceptions of things that bother us that don't bother others. I mean, we've had 2 examples right here of things that wouldn't bother the other person that bothers me or you. So, and I want to make that clear too. We're not talking about fat or obese or whatever. We had a discussion, but that's not the whole point of this conversation. It's let's call a spade a spade. If you're overweight, if you're fat, if you're obese, if you're morbidly obese, whatever that is, you have solutions.
There's many and they work.
Correct. And that's what we're looking to help those people pivot and ideally support them with diet, exercise, mindset change, and give people what you just mentioned. I want to look better. I want to feel better. I want to be more confident. I want to be a better mom. I want to be a better dad. I took semaglutide after I had my daughter, and she's 19 months old. And, it helped me lose like 55 pounds.
Damn. I thought you said you were never fat.
I was during my pregnancy. I had gestational diabetes. So I had a lot of extra amniotic fluid, and I gained probably 50 to 60 pounds for both of my children.
How'd you look though? Glowing?
Fat.
Did you look glowing?
I looked fat, glowy
was your face fat?
Yes. Yeah. So that was my personal investment in these drugs. And because I was marketing them for people, I'm like, oh, whatever, weight loss drugs. But when I tried it myself, and I did feel more confident, and I felt more beautiful, and I had more energy. When my son, after I had him, my joints hurt like hell being on the floor with him all the time. Like I couldn't sit Indian style or crisscross applesauce, to be politically correct. But with my daughter, like I didn't miss a beat with her after having lost all of this weight. Are you laughing about crisscross applesauce?
Yeah. Well,
it's a thing.
Indian style.
You can't say Indian style anymore.
Why?
Because it's apparently stepping on the feet of.
You know what's stupid about that?
What?
And again, you're from down there in California where everybody's kind of dumb like that. But I remember I was talking with an Indian and a Native American. Yeah, like an actual Native American. They're not offended by it. Like
here we go again.
I know, but my point is everybody's offended for people. Like you're offended. A Native American Indian is not offended that you're saying Indian.
Right.
Some white chick is. And again, it's stupid. Like quit being offended over the dumbest things. Like they're Indian. Okay. Right. Native American Indian is an Indian.
And they sat
Can
Indian
I not
style.
say Indian? That's who sat that way.
You're totally right.
Okay, so that's why they called it Indian style sitting.
Right. I know. I'm right there with you.
And now we can't say Indian style.
Well,
We got to say crisscross applesauce.
That's what they said
I'm
in preschool.
offended. I'm offended.
Yeah.
Applesauce. I'm a carnivore and that offends me.
Oh my gosh, we're going to go down the
Guys,
rabbit hole.
Folks, hey, listen, Jessica, I'm glad you're out crushing it. I'm glad you're out
Thank
helping people. That's the key, folks. Help other people.
And
Guys,
making money.
If you want to make money, I would say, listen, don't worry about, working all day long out in the sun and busting your ass with labor for minimum wage, man. Go start a telehealth. It's going to blow up. It's already blowing up. The industry's huge. Other than that, dude, I can't force you guys to do anything, but she's proven, man, you can make some good money just basically leveraging social media, making some posts and driving business and helping people look and feel better and live longer lives. If that's not a great way to make money, I don't know what is. Jessica, I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
Folks, you guys can follow her, ZenJessica_official or GoPro.co. Until next time, keep it real and get that ass in shape.